All right, welcome back. This is MDawg. I thought we would do just a little look here at Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2. Now, this is, by the way, being developed by Master Code, which, if you look at other games they've developed, we've got Fishing Adventure VR, we've got a bunch of other random stuff, right? There's Ultimate Fishing VR, but you notice that, okay, Ultimate Fishing Simulator actually is in their credits. I don't remember, I apologize, I should have looked this up. Let's don't watch the video. So, Ultimate Games SA is the publisher, Master Code is the developer. There was something about this game, though. I'm not sure that it's the exact same developers that made Ultimate Fishing Simulator 1. The team has been switched around. There's something going on. If you want to dig a little deeper, you can. It's been so long since I heard that information and did a little bit of digging on that information. I can't remember exactly how it goes, so I don't want to say something with confidence and then be wrong on it. However, this game's been in development for a while, at least it would seem. I checked out the demo a while ago when it was first made available. And from looking at the demo now, I can tell that it seems like it's come a long way. And I will say this, they've been doing play testing, which is above and beyond what's available in the demo, for a while now too. Although I haven't gotten my invite to that, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Actually, I'm just kidding. I don't really want an invite unless I can make videos on it. If it's not for public consumption, I don't necessarily want to get into all that. So from where the demo is now compared to where it was in the beginning, they have made a lot of progress. You still see little things where you're like, okay, this still needs some more time in development. And if you dig deep into the comments, you will see there was an update. Let's see. Actually, I think someone specifically said just release the game. Yeah. And then the developer came in and said it's not going to be releasing this year. So at one point, I think they were supposed to release into early access in 2021. Obviously, now we're in 2022, and they did do a reveal here. Let's see if they actually talk about... In 21, we released a demo that could have been better. We've changed quite a few things, including, among others, the water system, weather, fish behavior, water effects. We hope you'll want to take place in the Steam playlist. Well, I have applied to do that, but I haven't ever gotten an invite. Saltwater or freshwater. The second map is the Kiel Canal. It connects the Baltic Sea with the North Sea. These are some of the fish species that's available in the second map. Perch again, which is on the first map. Asp, catfish, zander, salmon, sturgeon, sea trout, cod, flounder, garfish. So, I mean, and they're asking, like, do you think other fish species should be on the map? Let us know. And when was this released? December 4th, 2021. So that was right before the new year, right? And then it looks like the beta release ends February 1st. And so it's just interesting to see where they are in development. I can't quite tell. There hasn't really been another update to say, like, at the end of that, so what I'm wondering is at the end of that, February 1st play testing period, will they release it out into the wild? Still saying it's an early access. Now, this is another post that was really good information for me. Because when I played the demo in the beginning, first of all, just the mechanics weren't that good. It just seemed a little wonky. And then the other thing is, like, from looking through the menus and stuff, didn't look like there was going to be any character progression. Just a lot of the stuff that I enjoyed didn't seem to be it was going to be in there. The one thing I will say about the game from the first time I've tested it, though, not tested it, but played the demo, was that the graphics do look good. I mean, they've got some good graphics. But this here says we're adding character progression via skill tree. In Ultimate Fishing Simulator 1, you got just one path to progress. And what they mean by that, if I remember correctly, in the first game, you actually chose, it was just one path straight down, and each time you leveled, you chose one of those two choices on that one path, if that makes sense. And then I think you could go back maybe and get the previous paths later. Maybe not. I don't remember how it worked. But honestly, it wasn't stuff that was significant. It was like, do you want to earn a little bit more from selling fish? Or do you want to, your fish vision can last a little longer? It didn't feel like interesting. You know, if you're used to the like character progression system in RF4, it was not like that at all. So it does say that in this game, they're going to make two paths to give some choice and different approaches for the game. This should make progression and long-term motivation much more interesting. So that was an encouraging post. I still am skeptical coming into this one, for sure. But let's take a look at the game for a little bit. Again, this is the demo. This is not playtesting. This is just the demo. Anyone can download this on Steam. So if you haven't checked it out and you want to check it out, feel free to do so. Let's look at the menu here first, though. We are on Jackson County, United States. That's the only map available in the demo. It describes it over here and tells you what fish species are in there. Currently, there's 5. You can go to your inventory. This reminds me of the dovetail fishing games. I do not like inventory looking like this. And I don't know if it's just because it reminds me of those. I don't know what it is, but I just don't love it. But anyway, that's what they've got so far. Now it won't go back. Okay, here we go. So set 1, we've got a spinner with a 4-kilo leader. We can choose what lure we want to put on there. Like we'll try start with this spinner bait. And then in set 2, we have, yeah, they've even made this a little more complex, I think, than I last tried it. But let's see, what are the natural baits available? We've got bread and worm, so we can try bread first. A 12 hook, that's our only option. You've got a float. So anyway, we can just get in there and try it. Now, if you look at these that are grayed out, I mean, if you click on the other maps, it says not available in the demo version. That's fine. Shop is not available. So although you can earn money by catching fish, this is a fresh profile here. I've never fished on this profile. There's nothing you can do with it currently. How much stuff will be in the shop? That's another really critical key thing for me, at least, in terms of my interest. Tournaments, you know, whatever. I don't know what that'll look like. Statistics is always helpful. Settings, you do have some settings here. Not a ton of options, but you know, this could always be filled out once it goes into full release, I guess. All right, so let's just briefly see what fishing is like. When you first load in the game, I think it now pops up. I mean, one of the problems when this first came out is the controls were wonky, and they also didn't have as many in-game helpers as like now they popped up with this, and you can see, here, let me get out of the way here for a minute. You can see exactly what controls are. We're using keyboard and mouse. I think if you have your controller plugged in, that can screw with the game too. So kind of know that going into it. We're going to change our reel drag over here with plus and minus. Reel speed is with page up and page down. I think that the mouse also works for that, if I remember correctly. Line leader is over here. Now here's going to be a really nope, I'm not going to try to say it because it's not coming to me. A controversial feature here. Underwater camera, exit underwater camera. And let me just say, I'm going to try my best not to make a value judgment on that. I mean, I will tell you that my preference is to not ever have the option of looking at the underwater camera. However, it was in the first one, and it was something, I guess, that stood out about Ultimate Fishing 1 was that really slick underwater camera they had. My preference is not to have it. Some people may like it. I think some people, again, I'm kind of trying to back away here from a value judgment. I think some people will actively dislike a fishing game that has that feature. Now, you may argue, well, there's just as many people that will actively like a fishing game because it has that feature. And maybe that's true. And I'm sure there's a whole big group of people in the middle that like both ways or find both ways, will play it either way. And what I remember hearing or reading perhaps back when this game first came onto Steam and it was clear they were going to have that feature again, there were some complaints in the forums about that, like, please don't do underwater camera again. And I think the pushback was, well, it's optional. And maybe even like when we set up tournaments, we'll give you the option of having that turned on or turned off to maybe sort of equalize the playing field. I don't think that's enough. And again, I'm not even trying to speak from just myself here, which can get me in trouble if I'm trying to speak for other people. But I suspect that if you want to have that as a feature in your game and it not turn away a good amount of people, you would actually probably have to go as far as having 2 separate servers. So like you're choosing when you first create your profile, do you want this feature on or off? And you will be playing with other players that have the feature the same way you do. Now, I may be overstating that, but that's just what I think in terms of my read on the fishing sim community. Let me know what you think. I'm curious what y'all think in the comments. And I know a lot of the folks that watch this will be the folks that play RF4 with me or Fisher Online. And maybe we tend to be a little bit more intense about the fishing sim side, and maybe folks that play Fishing Planet or anything that's maybe a little bit farther down the spectrum towards arcade style won't even understand the like complaint or preference that we have with that. But anyway, curious what you guys think. Okay, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time fishing here because again, I think this is the demo. I don't even think this is probably the most current build they have. We're just going to throw this lure. Maybe we'll put the bread out there for a minute, but let's go ahead and see where the drag is. It's at, man, they start you out at 90%, which is not healthy. You can definitely get torn off, but I'm going to put it at 50% drag, and I'm going to lower the reel speed down to 1 because this is a little spinnerbait, so we're just going to like bring it right back in. I will say this, I like those animations that they have now where as soon as you cast, you see the hand, like, spooky, right? Underwater camera. You see the hand going and opening the bail before you throw it or whatever, right? It's pretty cool. So we're just doing a straight retrieval on 1 speed, basically. Looks like we're not going to hit anything this time unless it comes in late. We'll cast again and try this again. Oh, see the fish there at the end? Oh, that was pretty cool, huh? And I like that you can still see the fish in the water. There it is right there. You see it? Is there a zoom? Yeah. Oh, no, just an underwater camera, not regular. So that was a perch. That was pretty cool that it like popped up at us there at the end. At the end there. So, oh, I'm not sure what just happened there. Okay, there we go. Let's try this again. But as you can see, I mean, other than a little bit of like the blur or whatever, overall, I think the graphics look really sharp. It looks pretty cool. The fish look good. Oh, I think we just got a bite. Yep. So if I turn the drag up a little bit, we'll start to, all right, there's 60%. We'll start to get that bar a little fuller. There's 70%. You see a fish swimming right over there? And we can, of course, go to underwater camera and see what the fish is. Take it out. No underwater camera. I think that ship has sailed, but... And I think for me, I mean, if I end up enjoying enough aspects of the game, I can probably put up with... Alright, we're going to go 80% drag. I think that'll be maybe the sweet spot. Stop reeling when it... This will be interesting to see if this fish tires out. If that like fish tiring out is in the game. Let's see if we go to 90%. Yeah, we're fine as long as we don't try to reel. So I guess that's putting like the maximum pressure on the fish. I don't want to snap it if possible. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Not sure we're going to get this fish in unless they do have a system where it gets tired. This might be right at too heavy for our gear. I also don't love that it tells you exactly how far the fish is from you. Like it's a line counter out at the bottom of the, at the end of the line. But the overall like mechanics of fishing feel so much better now than they used to earlier in the demo's life. Or at least my memory of it. Trying to see if I can find a spot. Does it tell me how much line I have left? He's still slowly taking line. Well, this is interesting. Can we walk towards the fish? We might be able to. Let's see if that's something we can do. Try to keep the tension up. Oop. But walk towards it. Yikes. Uh-oh. I don't know about you guys, but I have not seen any difference in how much strength he has, how hard he's pulling. To me, it just seems like he's the same he was when we first got him on the line. We do have the current working against us, I guess. I don't think we can go any farther down. So if he doesn't... I'm watching the line. We're definitely in the red, but the line's still got 2 red bars left, so maybe we're okay. Let's see, how far is he? Are we getting him any closer? 29 point something. We're going to need him to come back out. He's on the other side of that rock, right? Alright, now he's up a little bit. And see, that's the thing. If you have underwater camera in the game, the truth is, I'm probably going to use it, but I'm not going to enjoy the experience as much. I know that sounds weird, but that is just the way it is. Alright, I mean, he's just way back there. We actually, unless he swims out, don't really need to reel him in right now, right? Alright, just keep coming this way. He's still just going out. We're not getting any traction. I assume if I go to 100% drag, it's just going to snap it, but we may have to try that because he's not getting tired, right? All right, there's 100% drag. He's not pulling line, at least. He hasn't snapped us off yet. Golly, he's just going further and further back over there. What if I turn it this way? Will he go out? He's jumping. I did not intend to get into this kind of situation here. Well, swim away from us again. And I'm assuming we can't just pull him over this. Unless he will naturally go around the rock. See, I don't think he's gotten more tired. I think he's just, for whatever reason, it's not snapping us at 100% drag. But is he going to flip over this rock next to us? Or is he coming through the rock? We can jump. Yeah, go out there for me, please. No. Let's see. Now it seems like he is just tired. He's totally stuck on that. Oh! Holy cow. We caught him. Alright, so there is a salmon worth 717 silver. So we can sell it, kind of like what we're used to. You sell it, or you can release it for more XP. We let him go. Alright, so that is some spin fishing. Let's see what happens if we... Wasn't it... Oh, I see. Alright, let's just go 1 meter. Let's just kind of throw this over here. I think there's a current, right? So it's going to drift towards us. I can't see it. Is it doing what it's supposed to do? It is. So we'll just see if we get a bite here on bread. And again, you need to be able to zoom in. If anything, I don't want to zoom underwater. I want to just be able to see the float better. I think there's other parts of the map that don't have a current. I guess that is one nice thing. If I remember correctly, you can kind of teleport to different parts of the map. Are there any fish chasing it? Doesn't look like it. Let's try, real quick, let's try going to another spot really fast. Old bridge. Oh, maybe you can't anymore. Lumber mill. It doesn't seem like it's letting me. I really thought there was a way, though. Oh yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, see, it's a little glitchy. All right, let's try going to 5. And I don't know that there's as much a current back here, but let's see. It's just kind of sitting still, right? Yeah, there we go. It does give you the float symbol in the top right-hand side, so I guess we'll see it if it goes under. But either way, this is Fishing Simulator 2. I think in some ways I am... Oh, we don't want drag to be at 100, by the way. In some ways I am a little more excited about the game. Some of the direction that seems like they're going. But we still have this underwater cam. And, you know, if you look at the maps, it looks like it's going to be a lot of shore fishing on, like, smaller areas. There was one map, I guess one of the later maps, it did look like it was a little bit more wide open. But, you know, until it comes out and we really see what the final product's like, or even the early access product is, you know, because I think that's what it's going to be initially, is early access. But until we see that, I'm certainly reserving judgment. I just want to see a good progression system, interesting things in the store. And yeah, just some fun fishing, which maybe that's what we'll have. I just, based on this demo, it's still kind of hard to tell. All right, is anybody interested in a worm? We couldn't get any takers on the bread. It's interesting, this game does feel so different than the first one, than the Ultimate Fishing Simulator 1. Ooh, I think we got a bite, didn't we? Where'd it go? Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm trying to hit... Oh, I guess there's still a fish on. Okay. I think what was happening is there was too much slack in the line. You got to hit right. You know, you got to click the right mouse or whatever to hit the strike and get the fish on. So let's see what this little guy is. Press and hold. Once they're close enough, press and hold the right mouse button. Pull it in. It's a little black bullhead catfish. Very small. It is worth 76 silver or whatever, but not worth hardly any XP. So I guess we'll sell that one. Okay, so, and like I said, you can kind of travel around different parts. This is going to be back in the current. A little bigger area, though. It's pretty cool. In each section, you can kind of move around a little bit. Fish different little spots. This is back closer to where we were. Here's a little bridge. You know, we were fishing right down there before. But here's a little bridge. Is the current moving on this side of the bridge? You would think it is, but kind of want to check here. Is that a duck? It is a duck. Yeah, so the current's moving pretty fast over here still. Alright, so there's Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2. As far as I'm concerned, still too early to tell, but it's improved enough that I at least want to try it again. I want to kind of follow it and see how things are looking once it does release. And kind of see what kind of options there are. I do think the graphics look nice. I think the fishing mechanics have gotten better. So moving in the right direction. There's certain aspects of it I like. Certain aspects of it remind me of some of the fishing games that I don't like as much. So, you know, undecided. We just got to wait and see. But anyway, we were talking about this game on stream, I think, or maybe just in my chat channel earlier today in RF4, and I was like, I don't think I ever did make a video on this. And honestly, it was because when it first came out, it was in such rough shape. I didn't feel like I had anything positive to say. And so I wanted to wait till I could at least have a mixed bag of like some things I like, some things I don't like. Hey, thanks for being patient with me. As always, my videos tend to be long and a lot of me talking, but maybe this has been helpful. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you would like to see. If you've tried the demo, if you've seen it over the course of the few months, things that you're liking or not liking. But anyway, till next time, everybody, tight lines. I'll see you again soon.